Welcome back to The Price of Business. I'm your host, Kevin Price, talking to you about you and your business. Charles Alvarez, he's a regular contributor on The Price of Business. Cornerstone Business Academy is his company. I've worked personally with Charles and over years now, and I love the work that he does. And I can recommend him and his company without reservation. And I know so many people that have enjoyed success working with him. Charles, tell us a little bit more about what you do, and then you've got a great guest. I'm looking forward to talking to her, talking about a topic near and dear to my heart, which is marketing, but a little bit about Cornerstone Business Academy, and then introduce us to your guest.
Well, we help companies scale their business and make their firms more valuable, at the same time giving more free time to the actual owners and CEOs of these companies. And as we all know, Kevin, and you hit the nail on the head, in my opinion, business starts with marketing. If you don't have a good marketing process in your business, I would question your company's ability to scale. And to talk to us about that today, we have Pam Lockard with us. Pam, welcome to the show.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
Glad to have you on. By the way, her website is dmn3.com. That's dmn3.com. And when you go to that site, it's compelling. It just literally grabs you and draws you in. So, beautiful site.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, kind of give us your elevator speech to get us started.
Well, I founded DMN3 as a marketing firm back in 1992, so you can see that I've been doing it for a while.
Yeah.
But since the beginning, it's really been a data-driven firm that generates leads for clients, helps them nurture leads into sales, and then actually we use data to help them sell more to their existing customers.
Mm-hmm. Very good. Charles?
That's awesome. So if you can kind of walk us through, Pam, what are the biggest challenges?
Well, there's a couple of them, I would say. The first one is that I think for the last couple of years, marketing has really changed, and we work a lot with VPs of marketing, CMOs, and sometimes owners of the business, but more and more they're being asked to quantify and show that the advertising they're doing is driving results, and they want to see a return on investment. And for many of them, this is very difficult because they've been a lot more focused on branding and just general advertising where they've never had to do that type of tracking and reporting.
I find it interesting that you said in your elevator speech that you've been into data management to be used for marketing purposes really the entire time, but really you kind of started before the web became, the tool that it is today. So it's kind of interesting. It must be interesting from what you do to see how you can harness it and, empower it. You probably were a pioneer in that.
I was a pioneer in Houston for sure, not certainly in the country, but when I did start this company, people didn't really understand direct marketing at all, which is what I started the firm as, a direct marketing agency. And most of what we did for many years was use data, mailing lists, and all to generate leads that at that time would either be mailing back a response card or calling in for, an appointment. Mm-hmm. And just over time, of course, over these last few years, we've seen so much more of it migrate to the web. But the principles of direct response have never changed. It's just that the media that we're using now is much different.
Yeah, very good. Charles?
So speaking towards that, Pam, what are some of the trends that you're seeing that, within the digital space or within just the marketing space that people really need to pay attention to in their business?
Well, I would say number one, the fastest changing thing right now is the adoption and use of mobile advertising. And because the website is such an integral part of every company's marketing program now, most of them are not equipped to be there for customers or prospects who are looking for them on a mobile phone. And what we're seeing is more and more the adoption and use of mobile, reading their email, whether you're sending emails to your prospects or clients or they're coming to your site to try to fill out a form, you have to first think about mobile and make sure that your site and all your communication is designed so that it will adapt to whatever device that person is using when they're trying to reach you.
Yeah, that's interesting. Talk a little bit about the verticals that you generally work with. Is there some verticals that you gravitate towards more so than others, or?
Well, right now, yes. Over the years, we worked a lot on the deregulated electricity side, which, we worked a lot with companies like Reliant Energy, StarTex, generating leads. But we also work in the retail space. We work in the B2B industrial space. We work in healthcare. We work with clients like Kelsey-Seybold. generating leads for insurance. So we really cover about 5 or 6 different verticals.
Very interesting, Charles.
So, Pam, can you give us an example of, and I love the fact that you mentioned that you quantify. Can you kind of give us an example of one of the clients that you've recently worked with on some of the results that you were able to generate with them?
Sure. And I'm going to use a B2B example because I'm not sure of your audience, but being in Houston, I would assume that you have a lot of customers that are in the B2B space.
That's a great assumption.
Yeah. So we have a client that we worked with for several years that was in the cement business, and they had a very special product that was more technical, that was more like an additive that went into making it stronger. Anyway, they use the traditional processes of sales and marketing like most businesses here, in that they relied on trade shows and direct selling to do most of their business. The good thing was that we did have a president of this division who had some insights and really wanted to start using the web more to generate leads. So what we did for him, they had low awareness. They were trying to reach and market to architects, civil engineers, and contractors. So what we did for them is develop a more systematic process of how to market on an ongoing basis using the web to generate leads. And so what we did when we do this a lot with clients is we got a pilot set up for them and looked at it over a 6-month time frame. We used tools like email, LinkedIn targeting. We started a blog for them, and their salespeople participated in it and created a lot of the content. And over a 6-month period, they saw their lead base increase by 33%, and their cost per lead, which was very important, that they wanted to lower that cost per lead and be more efficient. They saw improve the cost, or actually went down, I guess you could say, 60% from what they had been doing on a face-to-face sales process. Very
interesting. Great topic. And with about a minute left, I'm curious as to the size range of the companies that you work with.
We work with companies that have, depending on their business, anywhere from, I would say, I go more by employee size a lot of times than revenue, 25 to 1,000, 2,000 customers.
Yeah.
It really has to do with what they're willing, what they're committed to do to make their business work. And we really determine their budgets based on what they're trying to achieve. How many leads do they want? What is the value of a lead to them? What should they be investing to get that lead?
From robust small business to large mid-market company is basically your
correct.
Range. Yeah. And maybe a little bit in the enterprise space, although it sounds mainly in the mid-market.
Yes, we do have enterprise business as well. I actually like the medium-sized business is the best.
Yeah, because they're more nimble still, but
correct.
They have the resources to actually do what you suggest.
Very good stuff. Thanks so much for being with us. Do want to encourage you to learn more about Pamela by checking out dmn3.com. Pamela Lockard, and of course, Charles Alvarez. You can learn more about him at cornerstonebusinessacademy.com, plus great resources on him and much more at priceofbusiness.com. When we come back, we're going to have more for you right here on The Price of Business.